everybody, and welcome to the show that won the J. Edgar Hoover Award twice for sexiest hairy legs and fishnet stockings. It's 42 minutes later.
Whose leg was it that won? Yours or mine?
Yours.
My middle one.
It's the hairiest.
I'd have a very, very small pair of fishnet stockings to put over my middle leg.
Little high-heeled shoe.
Poor old Hoover.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but every now and then you got to pick on Hoover, right?
We got a house down the road, just down the road from us, and it's called the White House because, ironically, it's white. And it'd be funny if it was pink, but no, it's the White House, and Hoover lived there for a while.
Oh well, wow!
Yeah, it's got a blue plaque on the wall and everything. I don't. It's not really interesting, is it? It's sort of like, yeah, it's interesting. By the time I finish the word interesting, I'm already bored.
Yeah, when I went to finishing school, they taught me to say interesting instead of bullshit. So
you didn't went to finishing school. You never finished finishing school. I do find that whole thing about putting blue plaques on people's on walls of houses, saying,
are they blue?
Such a person lived here. Yeah, okay, I'm all right. So,
yeah.
I
know, yeah.
And it's usually because they like summered there once. They popped in for a cup of tea.
Yeah. Elvis once popped in here to push 3 burgers out his balloon knot. Well,
you were pushing them in the other end.
Well, yeah, that's how it usually worked. He's like a human conveyor belt, right? They just went in, through, and out.
You were Elvis's feeder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go on, just have another one. A wafer thin burger.
Yeah. That Mr. Creosote, he sure could sing in his early days, though, man. Oh. So, I don't remember the girl's name, but the chick, she was a British girl that invented the mini skirt. Where did she get the inspiration for the name? Does anybody know? I know.
Mini skirt or skirt?
The mini skirt.
Well, I would imagine it was probably due to the factor of its size.
Well, yeah, but because it's a little skirt, she got the idea of using mini specifically. Exactly. Heather got it. She named it after the Mini.
Yeah, the car.
Yeah, she loved her Mini, and that's why she named the skirt the Mini.
What did she call her vagina? the Austin Avenger.
Yeah. She should have called it, will the fucking wind stop blowing? This is crazy.
That's what they didn't. They didn't shave their lady areas back then. So things probably a lot more cozier. You didn't. They had a natural windbreak, to keep them nice and warm. So it'll be all right.
Well, it's funny because if you watch old porn movies, I figure with all the hairy bits everybody had back then, you couldn't really see much of anything anyway. So it probably wasn't that filthy back then, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Are we shooting porn or topiary? I can't tell.
Yeah. Mind you, I think all the blokes were pretty hairy back then as well. Yeah.
It's all hairy backs, hairy bums, and sideburns, and
it's like Burt Reynolds in a gorilla suit, man. Nobody wants to see that. No,
it's like everybody had pubic hair and fur in their teeth at the end of the session.
Yeah. They call cut. Everybody goes for a toothbrush. Oh, it's funny.
Excuse me while I die in the background here.
Oh, okay. We got direct donation in from Carl Jacobson, $27 too. Huge shout there, Carl. Sorry. Quick, send this to Ukraine wherever it's needed most. I'm afraid that sending money after Putin's guy becomes president of where I live, I'd probably be jailed for funding terrorists. Sigh. You know, at this point, it's who knows what's coming. Carl, big shout. Thanks. It's going in the Boom Boom Fund to be sent off right away. We'll throw that into Viper's drone fund because that needs to get covered pretty quick. He's really in need of that, his whole unit, right?
But I don't think your idea of sending all the cash in an ICBM is a good idea.
Yeah, we're just going to roll up $20 bills and launch it over. No. We're going to fill the basket of a balloon. Yeah.
Well, by balloon you mean like shove them into condoms and have them smuggled over by a mule?
Yeah. No, what we need
and
is
by
gophers.
Mule, I mean somebody's anus.
yeah, we need gophers because we're going to tunnel, right? We need gophers.
Yeah.
Super Chat Matt in the question is in the chat there asking a question. What's your most favorite clip Shill stream ever? He says his is you could win a child. That was a funny one. I'll have to think about that, Matt. I'm not sure. There's a couple, you know. There's a couple of good rants and some really funny bits that go into some of those clips we did. So
we'll throw it right back here. Oh, you know, well, I say throw it back. He already has done.
Yeah. Here, I'm giving you the donkey for that one.
Yeah. All right, then. What's your second favorite?
Good save.
Which one is your mum's favorite?
Hey, I want to start a new TV show. I know that I've got a winning idea.
Is it mine?
No. What we're going to do is Queer Eye for the Republican guy, and we're going to go around dressing Republicans in drag. Guaranteed hit, man. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. Guaranteed to get you into prison.
Yeah, Super Disaster. His is the Starsky Snail one. Man, that snail story was so fucking funny that I died listening to that. That was awesome. I remember we even had the snail that we used for a while as a gag on screen.
Yeah, we still got the what would you call him? The troll snail.
Yeah.
He's still there, isn't he?
Let me look. Has
he been buried into the mists of time?
Yeah, but I think he's still in the show.
He's lurking there somewhere.
Yeah, let me look because I think I might have had to just use his button for something else. I need to get the bigger Stream Deck. It's just time now.
Listen to Mr. Big. Oh.
Yeah, here we go. Right, we used to bring this out whenever there was a troll. Yeah, and then it would splat the chat. I like that one. So, what else? What are you thinking? Oh,
well,
no, I just it came and went. It was like one of those 10 farts I'm supposed to have a day. I don't know.
Oh, you had 10 farts to warm up the show. What are you talking about?
I'm actually not sitting in a chair right now. I'm just continuously farting, and it's keeping me at the right height.
I was just looking through the notes. I was just about to bring up a story I've already done. What was I still doing there? Oh, I came with a brilliant idea. A brilliant idea for the future. You know, when you go to sleep and you have a dream, right? And you can have a dream that just seems like it lasts for like years. And then you wake up, you know, all refreshed. I'm worn out.
You have children learn how to play the flute, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like Picard. And I was thinking, wouldn't that be amazing that if you could, like, you know, it's like somehow tap into that area of your brain when you're sleeping and basically play a video game. Have a game environment that you just like, well, I'm going to sleep now, and it will trigger that part of your brain that sleeps, and you can have like a second life going on, and you can come back to it, each night, because the AI, that runs it will remember your dream state that you were in last time, and
right.
you could have another one, or
Like having save states for Pac-Man on a retro thing.
But you could even live out, when you think back in your life and you think, how things would have been different if I, went through this door instead of that door. You could have that happen. You could actually live out multiple versions of your own life in dreams.
Yeah, but what happens if you find a fork of your life that you like better, and you end up just taking sleeping pills to go back all the time, right?
Well, there is that. Well, it comes to the state where, any bloody dream is better than the one I'm actually in, so.
Dreams, nightmares. At this point, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, but it'd be a good way to get all those hours of gaming sessions that, instead of wasting during your, your awake hours. But you can have 10 years of gaming in one night.
I just want to put forth the idea that sometimes sleeping is just for sleeping, and I don't think we have to book it full of appointments and tasks.
Well, you are obviously not my prime customer then. But think of it, 10 years of subscription service in one night. Oh, you'll be rich.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, that was just a thought.
Yeah.
Throw it away.
What we could do is we could stream the show from our sleep, right? We could do the show when we're asleep.
I thought we did. we stream it when everybody else is asleep, so we might as well.
Right? We just have to put on headsets, kind of like from Demolition Man or something, before you go to bed. And instead of weird, flashy sex things, it's just, that's when you go streaming.
What weird, flashy sex things?
Remember the movie Demolition Man? When Chicky says to Dude, "You want to have sex?" And he's like, "Wow, that's pretty forward." He doesn't say that, but he's like,
I see. I thought,
and they put on that stupid headset thing, and that was weird.
That was also in Barbarella as well. We used to, take the pill, to have sex.
Barbarella?
Yeah. You not seen Barbarella?
No.
Yeah, of course you haven't seen Barbarella.
Who's in it? Like Pamela Anderson or something?
Uncultured goit. No, Jane Fonda.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's an old science fiction. It came out like about the year before Star Wars, but it looked like it came out like a century before.
Yeah.
It's a classic. Really, really twee sci-fi. It's unbearably brilliant.
I've never even heard of it. Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Oh my god, you got to check it out. She gets all in the naked in the opening sequence.
Is that what that song was about? Electric Barbarella?
No. That was. Hang on, who was that? Was that Duran Duran?
Yeah.
Well, Duran Duran is one of the main characters in Barbarella. Duran is the evil scientist that Barbarella goes out to hunt down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where they got their name from. So not surprisingly, they did Electric Barbarella.
Okay,
big fans. So now you know that Duran Duran are big fans of Barbarella. That will probably be off your watch list.
Actually, I don't actually dislike them as much as you would think somebody like me would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think you're a goy.
Yeah, I always liked "Hungry by the Wolf" and Rio and a few of those songs.
Yeah, I had to block them from the comments. Yeah, they were always having a go at you.
So what the hell else is going on in the world? There was a thing we didn't get to today. Grimes has come out and saying, more and more, she just doesn't even recognize who Elon Musk is.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he was a charmer back in the day.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah.
He must have had something going for him back then,
Penile implant.
with all the lady loves that he has had in his time, he's an obnoxious git now, and I can't imagine anybody like, oh, it was Elon Musk. I fancy him, just without going, oh, ka-ching.
Yeah.
Is the only other reason to do it, but
he's totally alienated himself from the trans kid that he's got. He's just like, you don't exist. Yeah. So, what a human piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm not. How many kids has he got? Because I think
10 or so. It's just ridiculous at this point, Yeah,
he's probably alienated himself from a lot of. He was talking about building that complex.
Yeah. Rounding up all the different kids of his and stuff, and the moms and families, and everybody gets an area, and he gets like, the center, and he can, oh my God.
Yeah. Isn't that called a Mormon?
Yeah. From the Church of Jesus Christ or Latter-day Saints.
Yeah. When you got like multiple wives and you gather them all up in the same house.
All the kids have lovely bedrooms. The wives sleep in the barn.
Yeah. Or in his bed. If you get his blessing. It's Tuesday. Must be Monica.
Wow. Just wow. Why do you have to be so fucked up just because you've got cash? Why?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
I don't understand what happens to these people.
That's what you normally to say to me after the shows are like finished. Why do you have to be so fucked up?
No, at this point, I'm going to start saying it during the show.
It's what they come for. Are you not entertained?
Yeah, there's a new Gladiator movie coming out. Yeah. I don't know why.
It's come out, been gone.
Yeah. Couldn't they have just edited out the part where he was wearing like runners and a Rolex and just re-released the movie, There's some hilarious screw-ups in that movie. It's really funny.
Which one? The first one?
Yeah. The Russell Crowe one.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot more screw-ups in the second one.
Oh, yeah.
But even there's like a bit where one of the Roman soldiers. I haven't seen the film, but apparently there's a scene where one of them is like reading like a newspaper, like 2,000 years before the invention of the printing press.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
Apparently Denzel Washington's really good in it, but apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then he'd be good in a potato sack, so.
Yeah. They probably had somebody from the Trump administration working on the historical aspect of the movie then, so.
What are you talking about? They're too busy working on their own.
Yeah. Well, revision of.
We'll change that bit. Yeah, when he won the election in 2020, fair and square.
Oh man, the info rabbit in the chat. Some idiot just paid the 6.2 million for the banana. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, man.
Yeah,
it's unbelievably dumb. Enrique will be showing up though to replace the banana. So, oh my god.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You got to tape another banana next to it for scale, though.
Yeah. Oh man, what a joke! Congratulations. Here's a piece of drywall, a piece of duct tape, and Enrique, the unregistered laborer, will bring you a fresh banana every couple of days. That's just
Enrique, what the fuck are you doing? That's a courgette. What the?
Yeah.
You just blew it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
6.2 million thrown away. You put a cucumber up there. And,
yeah. Yeah, they had a temp agency bring a Jamaican guy in for the job one day. He brought in a plantain. The whole thing's ruined, you know.
A taco. I thought I'd bring some, life to it, change it up a little bit.
That's funny. Yeah. Hang some grapes one day. Yeah. Million. And did you see the guy who bought it?
Yeah.
He's like what, 12, 13? Did you see him? You know?
Yeah. Crypto guy.
Yeah. It's just
maybe he's one of those time traveling crypto people. He's come back from the future when he was 12.
I'm gonna invent a new currency called Pebble. And it's really just gonna be pebbles from my backyard.
Well, there's a thing in Fallout. I never understood it because my son was really big on the Fallout game for years and years and years, and their currency is bottle caps, and he just like picked up bottle caps wherever he found them, and he was like clearing out his room one day, and there's that massive box is full of bottle caps he collected. In Fallout, it'd been worth a fortune. In our house,
just
you're
a
fucking
box of junk. Wow. That's interesting.
That's the only way he's going to get rich.
That's funny.
I should have gleamed onto that earlier and so like, here's your pocket money. Clink, clink, clink.
Yeah.
And it's a ring pull for a tip.
Yeah. And if you're lucky, Daddy will open a bottle of wine later and give you a cork.
Yeah. Or a box.
Yeah.
He did have a very, wide and varied collection, I must say.
Well, people collect all kinds of things, so there might actually be value in a collection of bottle caps.
I've got to say, though, Cameron was terrible when he was a kid because he's probably still the same now. But it pick up all kinds of like bits and pieces and things, and you throw this clothes into the washing machine, all this stuff, bits of metal, screws, and interesting shaped pebbles.
Yeah. Son, why do you have a parts of a carburetor, a roll of gauze, and a Twizzler in your pocket?
They might be useful one day.
Yeah. Twizzlers actually are useful because they're both candy and an emergency straw if you need one. Right?
I wouldn't know.
No?
I'm not knowing the Twizzler.
Licorice, it's and they got a hollow spot in the middle. So if you bite off each end, it's a fucking straw, right?
It's like a big tube. It looks like a stick of dynamite. So you got like all the sherbet in a tube, paper tube.
Not really. No. Here, let me see if I can.
That's what our licorice thing was like, and you had you could bite the end off the licorice and suck the sherbet up, except it just got damp. And clogged up.
Twizzler.
Twizzlers. Okay.
Yeah. And you can use them like a straw. That'd be a great way to have like a martini, right? You get all dressed up, go in somewhere real cool, ask for a martini, and then pull out a Twizzler and bite the ends off and start slurping it down.
They're probably better than those paper straws that McDonald's now put in their milkshakes and shit like that.
Yeah, I can't stand those. My son and I went and got a couple packets of those washable stainless steel ones, and I just bring my own now. I can't stand it.
It's interesting how much it actually changes the taste.
Yeah, because like milkshake flavor, and it's not good. You
But
know?
I can't imagine like a stainless steel straw would taste nice either, because you're tasting metally.
Yeah.
You know, the plastic straw, at least, you know, you didn't really taste it.
It's like sucking a milkshake through a box. One second, I need a cold drink. Hold on.
Just because some fucking turtle decided to go around snorting straws, we had to get rid of all the plastic straws. And then what did we do with them? We threw them into the ocean and replaced them with paper ones instead. Yeah, that was all right. And chopped loads of trees down. Yeah. There's like a massive 1 mile strip through the Amazon rainforest to make paper straws from McDonald's.
But, you know, the whole thing with the straw is needed because all the companies know that getting us to accept drinks filled with ice means way less drink in it and therefore more profit. And drinking a big thing full of ice with a bit of juice in it is just kind of annoying without a straw.
Yeah. Yeah, they should invent ice that doesn't float. That's the big problem.
Make it out of crude.
Heavy metal, heavy water.
Yeah.
Heavy water ice.
Our ice is 100% mercury.
Thing is, you also get like kind of like like moon shaped ice. You know, the curved, sort of like it's I don't know what it's got, a camber. I don't know how you fucking describe it, but the arc shaped ice. And you put that in a glass. I guarantee it, when you're trying to drink from that glass, that piece of ice is going to slip right in front of where your mouth is. Yeah. And you're trying to drink past the iceberg.
Yeah. And the ice is hitting your tooth, and you're like, you know. Info Rabbit in the chat there says bamboo is the answer. Interesting. I'll have to look and see if that can be.
No, the cooling properties of bamboo. No, I'd stick with ice. You never see a panda with a glass of pina colada with bamboo cubes in it.
Yeah, no, that's the garnish, right? You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, bamboo is naturally hollow, so yeah. We'll just get like bamboo sticks and just like.
Speaking of bamboo, it's a pretty low nutrition diet for pandas. So, has anybody ever thought that maybe you should just kind of like sit a few of them down and say, look, you know, like there's better choices.
Yeah, but they're so fat.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, well,
you must eat just constantly. Yeah.
Oh, I know, but it's like, dude, you got to go on a diet. I know you love the bamboo, but cut down a little, man.
I wonder if they get high on it. Is that what is going on there?
That's the eucalyptus, isn't it? And the koalas.
Yeah. Yeah, pandas are funny, man. You always see like videos of them, and they want to get from A to B, and it's a bit of a hill, so they just kind of tuck their head down and roll and shit like that. They're funny, man. You know. I
don't think I've seen much videos of pandas actually moving anywhere, unless it's on the back of a fucking truck.
I just conserve energy. They'd rather just roll down a hill than walk. It's hilarious, man.
That's how the Chinese invented the wheel.
Yeah. Yeah. People talk about, okay, let's talk about invention. Let's talk about farming for a second. I've seen a few documentaries over time talking about early people and how farming must have been this big advancement and this huge leap of faith and learning and all this. And I'm sorry, I kind of call bullshit, because think about it. The hunter-gatherers had game trails, and they would know where things were, and you'd be trekking along the same kind of routes year after year, right? I mean, we have remnants of this in the archaeological record in Canada with natives and stuff, and I'm sure it was the same with others, right? So if you've got a spot where you pick like some wheat or whatever, each year when you go through, and you've got a few stones where you grind it and whatnot, there's going to be some that just lands on the ground. And then the next year when you come, you're going to see that there's some actual wheat growing there. How long does it take before you figure that out? I don't think it's that big a leap. I think it was actually an obvious thing that happened due to human patterns and behavior. I've always figured that it would just be, well, why does it grow where we always grind the seeds? So somebody had, like it. I don't see that as that. I see that as more natural than, wondrous.
Yeah, why does it grow new cherry trees after I've eaten some cherry trees and had a shit in this little patch of land?
Yeah.
I remember shitting there. There's a new cherry tree there. Do you want to pick the cherries off that? No, I'm not fucking touching it.
Came from my ass, you dirty prick. Yeah. But I just think it would have came a bit more naturally than some historians kind of give the humankind credit for, right? I think that's why it's kind of natural that all these different places over the world came up with farming independently on their own, because I think it would become self-evident that, hey, wait a minute, this shit is growing the shit that makes the shit that I want, right? I just don't. I think it was more obvious.
I mean, you know what? You look at the human race today as it is. I'm amazed we fucking got anywhere.
I mean, if it was up to mega people, we wouldn't have invented farming at all. But
fire. Oh, what's this? What's this fire? I wonder if I could eat it. Yeah. Marshall Jones in the chat there. Selective breeding is really what society was founded on. Yeah. Once they started figuring out that they could control and improve and stuff, you had to, then you can feed more people, explosion, growth, and everything. Absolutely. So we talk about selective breeding. I thought we talk about the human race then.
Yeah. No, that comes with Project 2024. But,
I think maybe it's a good idea that we should have some planned intelligence grown into our the human race.
Yeah,
it's like they talk about the science fiction idea that we're all going to have like computer chips in our brain to make us more intelligent. Why don't we start with the biological factor first? Make people intelligent before you put computer chips in them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just making biological robots.
I don't care how much silicone you put in the man's head. Your average rural person from Alabama will still brush their teeth with beer 4 days a week. I'm sure of it.
If they still got any.
Yeah.
These days, not beer.
Yeah, they're Tues. What's that one? If you wake up in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, in my tooth, it used to be my grandma's and my grandpappy's before her. One day it'll be my son's.
Yeah. Marshall in the chat there. Corn is completely man-made. I saw a thing on that a bunch of years ago, and from what I understand, the earliest forms of what corn was damn near non-edible,
it's like grass seed.
And now look at it, right?
Well, the same with animals as well. Lots of just about anything in agriculture, and it's all been bred to it. It's like I saw a thing the other day about chickens. Chickens not too long ago, they were like scrawny little bastards.
Yeah, more like quail, right?
You can feed a family of 2 on them.
There are breeds of dog that are younger than Joe Biden. It's true. There are breeds of dog that have come along within Joe Biden's life, like cockapoodles and a few. And Jimmy Kimmel made a joke about that yesterday. It was really funny. Yeah. Yeah. Altuus in the chat. I don't think breeding plants with animals is productive. Yeah.
I don't know. Get a four-legged corn on the cob.
Yeah. It'd be lovely to be able to call a tomato over to the table.
Oh no, you're gonna have to start naming them now. Oh,
yeah. Bruce,
no,
come
you've
here.
done it.
Come here. I'm making a sandwich.
I can't kill it now. Look at its little face and its wagging tail.
Yeah. Well, that's the hardest thing about making pickles is cutting off the tails, right? So,
Well, I mean, we are going to do it. We could legitimately have a lettuce as prime minister in the UK. So
at least you could walk up to the mic to make a speech. You think?
Yeah. So what we're gonna crossbreed Trump with, though? I mean, he's already an orange, so you couldn't crossbreed him with an orange.
Is there any fruit that is inherently hollow? You know?
No. There's a few nuts. Coconut.
Yeah. What would you? This is one of those questions because what would you breed with Donald Trump? And I'm thinking of like cucumbers and corn and stuff because I've got this weird Mad Magazine vision of a cartoon president taking one up the butt, right? So I'm not sure I'm playing this in the spirit of the thing. Yeah,
I think we're putting ourselves into a corner here where we can't really get out of. It's such a ridiculous question. Like, I don't know. Yeah, you're the one that asked me. I don't know.
In the chat, they got a good one, pumpkin, because that way he'd get carved up once a year, right? So you could give him the full Charlie Brown, right?
Oh dear.
Yeah. If I was gonna breed Trump with a vegetable, it would have to be something I don't like.
Broccoli.
No, I like broccoli.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll put President Broccoli in charge.
It makes you feel like this enormous giant to just sit down and eat trees. It's cool.
What about cauliflower?
I like cauliflower. Cauliflower,
same thing.
But cauliflower is just a substance to put sauce on, where broccoli is actually like good, right? Cauliflower is like tofu. It's just there as substance for something else.
Cheese normally, yeah.
Yeah. Marshall in the chat. Trump is 99% carrot. Yeah.
Can't be because carrots are good for you.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay. Well, he's a rotten carrot. I like Brussels sprouts.
Oh, change the fucking subject. This is going nowhere. Nowhere fast.
Anytime I think of Brussels sprouts, I want turkey. Is that just a me thing or no?
No. We don't have turkey. We don't, nobody particularly likes turkey that much.
Really?
Yeah. A bit bland. I much prefer chicken, to be honest. But you didn't. So never mind.
I've taken the time to learn how to cook a turkey properly, so it's properly juicy, not dry or anything. And my son loves it. He tries to get me to get turkey dinner going more often than just the holidays. And recently, I've actually had the thought, why not? Right?
It's bloody expensive.
Well, that's true, but my son likes like home baked mac and cheese where you're putting $7 and $8 worth of cheese into things. And then when we do hamburger, he wants like sirloin burger and shit like that. So I'm used to it, Well,
yeah. What about ostrich or emu? Yeah, put one of those in the oven.
I'd like to see his expression if I showed him an ostrich egg and said, "Here's your breakfast."
Yeah. Do you want it poached or boiled? It will take like 4 days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've hired a local welding team, and they're coming with their torches. We'll get this cooked.
I saw a really cute thing the other little while ago. There's guy's daughter wouldn't eat like fried eggs, didn't touch eggs. But you get those little sweets that look like eggs, like the jellied sweets. So what he did, he separates the white and the yolk, and then puts the yolk into a syringe, and the whites into another syringe, and just like squirts a little bit of white onto the frying pan, and then a little bit of yolk, and so they come out like teeny tiny little fried eggs.
Yeah,
and because they look like the sweets, bang, straight in her mouth.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, it's adorable. I've been tempted to try that out.
That's funny.
But I don't have a child to give it to, so
that's a lot of effort. But
be a bit strange around with the kids and in the local area. Come round for my fried eggs, little children.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, there's this siren approaching from the distance.
Mummy, can I go and eat that creepy man's fried eggs? Get back in the house. I'm calling the police.
Yeah. Where's my gun, Mildred? That's funny. Yeah, they sell LJ Boone in the chat. Why not just buy quail eggs? Yeah, they sell them up here.
Yeah.
It's funny. We got quail all over the place in the town where I live. And they are this close to being chickens, just smaller. Because you'll be driving down the road doing like 80 kilometers an hour, 100 kilometers an hour, going from town to town, and a whole pack of these quail will come out. And they're not a flock. They're more like a herd because they run and they won't fly until you're about to run them over. And then they finally go off, and they take off and they fly like 7 feet and they all land and run some more. Like they're almost flightless, I think that humanity should just, start doing it and turn quail into another chicken-like bird. Why not? They're almost there anyway.
Them up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They are good. Our stores around here always have packs of quail that you can grab.
I want scientists to get on the fucking, instead of all this studying shit that they do and all the crap that they do. Come on, bring back the dodo. Because apparently it was delicious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why they became extinct, because the last dodo was being like shipped to England, and they were too delicious. The sailors ate it.
Oh wow! Well, I have heard
Natural History Museum just had to stop it at the end of the remains.
Yeah, and I have heard stories like they had known real predator in the area. So, when they were discovered and this and that and whatnot, they just walk right up to be captured and stuff. Like they, no inclination to get away. They just, hey, what are you?
Hello, strange bipedal creature. I've never.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 That's funny.
Yeah, I want dodo for Christmas on my table.
All I want for Christmas is some dodo stew.
Yeah, that's for Boxing Day and the week after.
Yeah, somebody will put like 5 years effort into bringing back the dodo, and then they'll have like one YouTuber buys them and cooks them up.
Yeah.
That's it.
We've finally created one breeding pair of dodos, and Mr. Beast ate them.
I was just going to use him for it too. Oh man. But before he eats them, Logan Paul is going to challenge them to a boxing match. So.
Yeah. He'll win.
Oh yeah, that Tyson fight that was
a crappy stream that nobody can watch.
Yeah.
Like 30 frames a second, 3 frames a second, or whatever it was.
Yeah, that fight was a joke. That wasn't a fight. It was more like a sweaty cuddle.
I did not bother. Could not give a rat's ass.
Yeah, I did end up watching it. I did. Yeah, Heather's right. Rabbit's good too. But yeah, it was a joke.
It's weird. It's so fucking masculine. Oh, I'm gonna beef up and beat the shit out of another guy. Oh, I'm gonna beef up and beat the shit out of another guy. You don't just like, so you see like normal guys just like getting together, right? Okay, paper, scissors, stone. All right, I'm going to challenge you to a Scrabble match.
Yeah. And did you see that backstage footage where Tyson's brother interviewed him? He kisses him on the cheek, turns around, and he's given the full crack of the ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, ain't nobody wanting to see that, dude. You know?
Yeah. But apparently astronomers have checked it out and they reckon there's life on there.
Yeah. Medication will cure it, but there is life.
More intelligent than the life upstairs. Yeah. Nah, can't be bothered.
Yeah. And Logan Paul seemed to be happy that he, beat up an old man. So that's a thing. So weird. I don't get it.
It's like back in the day when we were doing Band of Brothers. Like we had this young guy working with us, and they had the pod racer game up.
Oh yeah,
and some little kid, I think we just ended up babysitting somebody's kid one day, and he was in there and going, "Oh, we'll play pod racer together." So you got this grown man playing a little kid, and the grown man won the race. And he's going, yes, and pumping the air. Oh, well done. You beat a little kid.
Wow.
Fucking moron.
Wow.
Just so people can just get so wound up of just being the winner.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about who it is they're beating.
Yeah. It's like Meaning of Life Monty Python when the footballers are kicking the shit out of the kids.
Yeah.
Or was that rugby? That was rugby.
Yeah, rugby. Yeah. The bigger boys.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. And the people watching were like tripping the kids and stuff. Oh, too funny.
Schoolmasters.
Yeah. Okay. What else? There was a couple things I didn't get to that I wanted to get to. And I forgot to mark the extra tabs, so now I don't have them. I had more stories than I needed, but I didn't put them all in my list. And I forgot, and now it's just jumbled up into my history, so I won't bother.
Well, thanks for your effort.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of a service and stuff and whatnot, I'm still blown away by the idea that Mrs. WWE McMahon is going to be part of a government situation. Wow.
The Department of Kicking Your Ass.
Yeah. Wow.
Why did he just not invent his own new departments now? We can have the Department of City Walks finally.
Yeah. The Department of Spray Tans and the benefits of tanning booths.
We are the Department of putting things on top of other things.
Yeah. Yeah, the Department of Places with silly names.
Yeah. How many things can you put on a cat? Silly hats.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt that Trump actually gathers a committee so they can, for once and for all, find out truly and scientifically how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Hey, look, if there's that kind of science out there, I'm sure somebody's already done it. But the amount of reporting of studies and scientists and farting about that happens in this world, I'm sure somebody. Yeah, that's what they should call it. That's what they should do. The Department of Science farting about.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you $1 billion to find out. Why people like licking other people's toes.
Another one would be the Department of Nuh-uh, because they just don't like you. That's funny. Yeah, okay. Martin Casper, George Foreman will be eternal for his grill. What? How did that happen? How did a boxing legend become the grill guy? You know? How did that happen?
Yeah.
That's like Joe Namath, the famous quarterback, being known as the Windex guy or something. It's so weird. You know? They must have paid him a fortune or something.
Wow, I mean, you already had one. I'm not going to mention names of a guy that drives around in a car for very long distances, being chased by police, becomes a famous actor. Then, murderer. Oh, well, we'll just add that to the list of your CV, shall we?
Yeah, Orange Julius. Yeah. The funniest take on the whole OJ trial for sure was Seinfeld, the bra girl in court.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh man, it was funny. They're in court. This girl was walking down the street wearing only a bra with like a jacket, and it was kind of open, and there was a car accident, and they blamed her for it. So while in court, they're like, "I want the defendant to put on the bra, like the glove, right?" And she couldn't get it to fit. It was fucking hilarious.
So it wasn't her.
Yeah.
Sounds like the worst episode of Columbo ever.
Yeah. It was funny. It's one of about
just one more thing.
Yeah, it's one of about the 20 episodes of Seinfeld I've ever seen. I was never a huge Seinfeld person. Although I think I would actually like the show because every episode I have seen was funny.
Yeah.
The core of the show is they're truly horrible people. It's really funny.
I've been watching. I started watching an old 80s British sitcom called Yes Minister, and
I've heard of it.
It's all about this member of parliament, getting into government, and basically him just discovering how the red tape in actual government works. Right. He's an MP, but he's coming under as permanent secretaries, and you got he's like the minister of administrative affairs. It's like the most pointless possible job you could possibly have in government, and and he has to go fight red tape with his permanent secretaries who basically they run the government no matter who comes in. It's just an absolute farce, and just how these people could just walk in, think, right, I'm in charge now. Yeah, yes, you are in charge, and then they just knock them right back and just make them fit in to the cogs of British government. I just love it. And what's funny about it is it seems timeless. It's like this was made in the 80s, and it's like I can see it happening right now. It's like I was watching the other thing I was watching the other night is the Second Civil War, an old movie, but it's so funny because it's still relevant today. Because they were talking about the whole thing just kicks off over immigration and trying to get red states to do a certain thing, but they're not interested in the blue states trying to march in and trying to enforce it. And they're before that there's troops at the borders, and when they start fighting, and it's all being played out, almost manipulated by the media. The media are going in and setting things up so things will happen, and it's just like looking in the mirror of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Yeah. How bizarre? How bizarre?
When you talk about the world never learns its lessons, and you see stuff like that, we still haven't learned. We haven't changed. Never will.
Yeah. Heather Wiley in the chat there says WKRP episode where with the flying turkeys, the Thanksgiving episode.
That you always bring that one up.
To me, that is the single funniest half hour of a sitcom ever done.
Yeah,
it's so funny, especially at the end. It's not like you're all going to go and watch it or anything.
You haven't seen Del Boy fall through the bar.
Okay, that's true. But the whole idea is it's a bunch of buffoons that run a radio station, and the guy who runs the radio station is totally clueless, but a kind-hearted, great, nice man. And he gets the idea to do a publicity stunt for Thanksgiving like nobody's ever seen before. So they get all these people to assemble in the parking lot of a shopping mall, and he flies in on a helicopter and starts dropping live turkeys, and they're just falling from the sky and smashing into cars. They don't show this part, right? But the announcer guy,
you see the reaction. It's Hindenburg.
He's there's something coming out now. They must be parachuters. The chute's not opening. They're falling to the ground now. Oh my God, they're turkeys! And and at the end, he tells the story, and he's like, and then the turkeys sort of assemble, and they came at us like they had a plan, and so the station manager, the guy who set this all up, he walks in at the end, and everybody's just looking at him, and he's all disheveled and whatnot. And he walks into his office, just doesn't say anything. And then he comes back out, and he looks at everybody. He says, "I swear, I thought turkeys could fly." It's just one of the funniest things I've ever seen. God, it was hilarious. Oh man, I think that's one of the funniest sitcoms ever done.
Oh, that moment. I mean, that show had its ups and downs, didn't it? Yeah.
Way more ups than downs. They had a serious episode where this gang guy was the son of one of the women that worked in the janitor staff of the radio station. So one of the DJs decided to get together with him to try to convince him to stay in school. And dude pulls a knife on him and stuff, but he sits him down and he teaches them the atom, but using it as if they're gangs in the neighborhood. And, and it worked. And so the guy, there was some really, really good episodes of that show. They did the one episode where they were promoting a concert, and people died at the concert because of what they used to call festival seating or general admission, where everybody on the floor and whatnot, there was no seats. So there would always be this rush to get through the gates and get to the front. And it eventually ended up in deaths. And they took that on as a show. It was
It's like that series Soap. Do you remember Soap?
Yeah. Billy Crystal's big intro, right?
It was absolutely stupid, ridiculous, and but they covered some really tough subjects for the time. Of homosexuality and relationships and stuff like that. It was a bizarre mix of extreme comedy and tough tackling tough subjects all at the same time. Amazing.
Yeah. There's some people in the chat bringing up some KRP stuff. Where is it here? KK in the chat there, the phone cops episode when Johnny Fever thought the phone cops were coming at him, but he was actually about to explode because the dude had put a bomb in the transmitter. That was hilarious, man. Oh man. Yeah. Johnny Fever was a total stoner DJ, and he would get paranoid sometimes, and he beat up a telephone in the transmitting place, and then he thought the phone cops were going to be after him. And when the sirens were going off, because there's actually a bomb in the building he's in, it's in the toolbox that he used to beat the telephone to death with, right? And he hears the sirens, and he's like freaking out because the phone cops are coming for him, and runs away. The other DJ runs off after him, and then the building they were in exploded, and the rest of the guys thought they had died, right? And they come running in the building. If the phone cops come here, I wasn't here. And everybody's like, what the fuck's going on? It was hilarious, man. I can't describe it properly. You'd have to see it. If you're a part of our Discord or our Plex server, it's in there. Yes. Highly recommend it.
Dick Plex. There's a shit ton of sitcoms you could list that are just classic. You just can't do without.
One of my favorites. Let me get a beer and see if anybody in the chat knows what I'm talking about. But one of the truly great sitcom shows was the Larry Sanders Show.
Why aren't you using your fridge, you moron? That's what it's for. Hey, I see. Hey, Nick, I see you in the chat there. You know how to come in here. The back door's open. It's always, we got the Nick flap, like the cat flap, but it's a Nick flap.
Always telling people your back door is open, aren't you?
Yeah. Enter my back entrance, Nick.
Yeah, I'm all set up if you want to pop in, dude. But yeah, Larry Sanders was amazing. It was a behind the scenes look at talk shows. So it was, and it was crude and rude, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Big favorite of mine. Oh man. I got that cracked tooth, that broken tooth. It'll be gone in just a couple of days. I can't wait. Fucking hate that shit. Yeah. Before Larry Sanders, there was also a second show he had done called the Gary Shandling Show. And it was the same kind of deal where it was a sitcom, but they would show behind the scenes things and he would break the fourth wall. And it was pretty funny too. He had Gilda Radner famously on as a guest one time, and she kept sneaking a look at the camera, and he starts giving her shit. No, don't look at the camera. That's what I do. And then he would look away and she'd look at the camera again. He'd be like, it was really funny. It was a good show, but not as good as the Larry Sanders Show. That's just off the wall. It's one of the first crude and rude swearing shows that hit cable with HBO.
Gosh.
Yeah. It was good.
Never get away with that today.
Actually, I'm going to download that as soon as we're done the show because I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, but how many episodes are on it? You'd be there hours. 4
seasons, I think. But if I remember correctly, it's one of the earlier shows that had less than like 30 episodes a season or whatever, because it was pay TV.
Right. Yeah, they need the numbers to get the syndication.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I want to point something out that I think is kind of funny. I noticed this a couple of weeks back. These days, it's very popular for shows to be a bit higher budget and maybe give us 6 to 10 episodes a season or whatever, instead of how it used to be with Family Ties and all those kinds of shows, right? Isn't that kind of a return to like PBS days with the old guy, and he would do Masterpiece Theater, and it was all kinds of 8-part plays and a little bit smutty and whatnot, isn't that kind of the same thing? Haven't we just gone full circle with that? What was his name? Alistair something or whatever?
Well, it's a classic problem why a lot of science fiction stuff never actually happens because it's monstrously expensive. But even the cheap crap is monstrously expensive. It's almost putting any show together is monstrously expensive these days. And and that's why people are just so wary to try something out. Let's experiment. Yeah, you don't get that these days because it just costs so much money.
Yeah.
And the chances of getting it back, But these days, as long as it fills airtime, they don't fucking care.
Yeah.
They just look at the bottom line. How much does it cost? How many people are going to watch it? Yeah, that would do.
Well, speaking of costs and stuff, Apple has put quite a bit of cash into this Apple TV Plus and original content and whatnot. And word on the street is they're nowhere close to seeing even a break-even return on this yet.
Well, that was what I was going to ask you. How's it working out for them? Because I know I buy so many bloody Macs all the time, and each one of them comes with, you get 3 months free Apple TV. I've never switched on to it. On because and it's not expensive but it's still another fucking expense going out, and I just can't be bothered to add another one.
Well, this is what it is. Apple TV Plus is nowhere near even breaking even, but Apple makes such high margins on a good majority of their products and especially their services, right? Apple's huge into services and recurring payments now, to the point where they can literally toss a few billion into programming, and if they don't get it back, it's fine because it's a long-term strategy. It's crazy, but that's where we are.
It's almost their thank you
to
the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they do. But they do crack out like quality shows. It's just like a shame that a lot of people don't get to see them.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I totally agree. Apple TV Plus is one of the sources for higher quality content at the moment. There's been some amazing shows come out of it. My Plex server is fucking filled with their stuff. Fuck you, Tim Cook. But for sure, I ain't paying them $1 for it though. To be honest.
It's when like that thing they did, the Asimov Foundation.
Yeah.
Massive show. Was it any good? Nah, not really.
It was good enough that I watched it, but I didn't look forward to having free time to watch it. I just watched it when I had free time, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like with Stranger Things, I couldn't wait for the next episode. That was great. I had a blast watching that.
Yeah, that was one of Netflix's big pullers.
But Apple TV Plus has got things like For All Mankind and stuff that are phenomenal TV, and they're not getting the ratings they should, but Apple's willing to keep giving them seasons, right? I do appreciate it. They're not just going, it's not number one, kill it, move on, right?
Yeah, Silo's come back as well. Yeah.
Oh, God, yes, I love that show.
Well, in comparison, what was the other thing on Amazon, which is something to do with the skies?
Oh, The Sky at Night. I love that show.
No, it wasn't The Sky at Night because that's the one with Patrick Moore. Night Sky. Was it called Night Sky?
It was with J.K. Simmons and what's her name? Sissy Spacek.
Sissy Spacek.
And it was fucking brilliant.
You loved that show, but Amazon,
killed it. Yeah,
killed it.
Just as it was like literally.
But if that was an Apple TV show,
no problem.
They'd have carried on. They're not looking at the bottom line saying, "Oh, we didn't have every fucking person on the planet watching it, so we're not interested."
Yeah, and because Apple is such a cashed up powerhouse of a company, they are more interested in making sure they have a reputation for great content than breaking even on the content, even because they don't need to. I applaud that. I hate the fact that they've made so much money selling us shitty, high-priced RAM and storage upgrades bots.
Well, the other thing that Amazon did, I know you never really followed through the entire series, but there was the Jesus Christ, the name suddenly escaped me. The science fiction thing. Oh my God!
Expanse.
The Expanse.
Yeah.
So The Expanse started off. I think it was Sci-Fi.
They switched. Yeah. After 3 or 4 seasons, they had to go somewhere else. Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't 3 or 4 seasons. It was like the second season in.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. Sci-Fi channel. Plowing millions into it, and it was a quality show. But they cut it. So Amazon said, right, well, we'll do it instead. You notice a discernible budget drop. it's still a quality show, but there's
the
still
writing was as good, but wow, there was the
you could tell the situations and they're honing it in a little bit, and well now that's it's not so much cancelled. The problem with The Expanse is it came to a part in the books where it suddenly leapt forward 80 years. So there was no you got all the contracts of the actors and go, well, no, the contracts run. It's not the fact the contracts run out. Your part has run out. You're dead in the next episode. So they didn't pick it up to carry on after that because all the characters and all the situations they built up, it just suddenly leaps forward another 80 years. So they felt there was going to be a disconnect with the audience, and so they cancelled it, which is a real shame because I'd love that. I mean, I'd love to see a TV show where a futuristic thing that just keeps leaping forward a generation, and you don't know the new characters, but the environment, the world has changed. The science has changed. Everything just leaps forward.
That's the brilliance of For All Mankind, right?
Well, no, it's not because they have the same character who was in the Apollo missions. In the most on Mars.
They dragged the one guy a little long and the girl as well, but they've generationally gotten, and churned through some people for sure. Right? Some big names in the early parts of that show are long gone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like killing them off in explosive situations.
Little Game of Thrones-y like that. They don't care about killing off characters. I'm surprised Sean Bean isn't in For All Mankind.
I was going to say, Sean Bean is the classic. Oh, hey, Sean Bean. Oh, where's he gone?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As soon as you see,
I blinked. I'm sure he was in this.
Sean Bean in a movie, you can put a stopwatch at 45 minutes, right?
Yeah. I can just see Sean Bean, talking to his agents. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got this massive new series. Oh yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah. How long do you last? Page 8. Oh, okay.
I wonder if Sean Bean's just like, love to be in your production, but I only got a week. Okay, well, It's funny.
Yeah, he was in that classic sitcom Taxi. He only lasted an episode because you'll see the one where Sean Bean has the taxi crash and drives off the bridge. Yeah, terrible shame.
Yeah.
He was in Friends for half an hour. Fell off the balcony. He was in the Big Bang Theory. He played God. Yeah.
He had a walk-on part on Magnum PI. Walked right into a volcano.
He played a velociraptor in Walking with Dinosaurs.
yeah, the one that got eaten.
Yeah.
T-Rex got him. It's funny though. Can anybody name a movie or a TV show that Sean Bean was in where he survived and he makes it to the end?
Sharp.
I don't know that one.
It's the one who became famous. It's the green jacket, the Neapol. I can't even say it. Napoleonic, Neapolitan.
No, that ice cream with 3 colors.
yeah. The Napoleonic Wars. He was it's brilliant. Sharp's the series is great. It's fucking awesome.
Because killing Sean Bean in a production is kind of like using the Wheelam scream. It's just funny now, right?
Yeah, it's almost like a necessity.
Yeah.
It's almost become like a movie meme.
Oh yeah, the Kraut's right. He does survive the Martian. Yeah. I'm surprised he wasn't somebody who got killed on the planet in that movie,
Yeah. Well, that must be the thing when he was reading the script and he was he's like flipping through the pages. Yeah, wait a minute. I'm still on Earth. What's going on here?
Yeah. Where do I die? I mean, this is weird,
Yeah. Oh, here's me. Yeah, I'm on a coffee break. I'm chatting with somebody by the water cooler. Where's my death scene? Where's my death scene?
Yeah, they should have had him just randomly hit by a car or something, just to keep the, like
spontaneously combust in the background.
Yeah. I think we should tell them that he's alive. Boom, and he just explodes like creosote in a restaurant. He's funny though. He's a good actor. I like him.
Yeah. But he's definitely like the movie version of Kenny in from South Park.
Oh my God! You killed Sean! You bastards! Yeah, that's true, Kraut. He lost his job in The Martian. Yeah, they kind of did kill his career as a NASA person.
Oh, okay.
So symbolically, he was killed, right?
Yeah. Not quite the same though, is it?
No, it's like on Family Guy. When somebody's telling him about Sipowicz showing his ass in NYPD Blue, it's not the same without seeing it, right? That's one of the only episodes of Family Guy I ever saw. Yeah. I never watched NYPD Blue either, so the joke kind of went past me. I didn't really get it.
Yeah.
I've never been much for cop shows. I think the last police show that I watched like every episode of was like Adam 12 in 1975 or 6 or whatever when I was a kid.
I don't know that one.
Yeah. It's one of those shitty old procedural cop shows where they get a call, they go and investigate. It's nothing. They get another call. It's something real. They go through the motions. They arrest the person, blah, blah. It was just, repetitive as hell.
So you haven't put chips on the Plex server then?
Yeah, no.
Shitty show that was.
Oh. Man, Eric Estrada, you can use his teeth as a mirror, right? That guy's teeth are whiter than white.
I want to use his teeth as teeth. That would be quite nice.
Yeah. I remember Eric Estrada during the era of chips was actually like a hot guy, and people actually like girls would have his poster in the little chips outfit with the shorts and stuff. Yeah. Like Leif Garrett and one of those guys, Well,
the thing is, they made sure, the girls had the right choice. You got the dark skin, dark hair guy, the big guy, and then you also got the blonde, beautiful guy.
Yeah.
So they're making sure their bases were covered.
Yeah.
And then you got motorbikes in for the boys.
Yeah. I remember the show Chips. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't. It wasn't.
I definitely couldn't tell you an episode.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, yeah, I have no idea.
No idea. Yeah, been watching enough of them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, wow!
It's like you start going through the list. Kojak, Ironside. You just start naming all these classic kind of like cop shows. That you grew up with. Can you remember an episode? Nah, not a single thing. Nothing comes to mind whatsoever.
I remember in my neighborhood, SWAT was taken off the air and was replaced by The Streets of San Francisco, which was my introduction to Michael Douglas as an actor. And I didn't take to it. I didn't watch it very much. I liked SWAT because they were always out with the guns and everything. That was kind of cool. I remember that one.
I think Hill Street Blues is been held up as like a real game changer.
Yeah, it is.
As far as cop shows were concerned. Yeah, that was a corking show.
In that TV series I've been watching, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s from CNN, they in the one television episode from the 70s, they talk about how Hill Street Blues completely changed the face of television and the drama, storytelling and stuff. Yeah.
It could because it also sort of bled off to things like the hospital dramas and stuff like that. They all became a lot more grittier and
edgy
real,
and yeah.
Thanks
Very
for that.
much. Yeah. Well, speaking of, I think it was it Saint Elsewhere, but one of those hospital dramas from the 80s. That's where Denzel Washington comes from.
Yeah. Well, I mean, George Clooney, ER. Was it ER?
Yeah.
Yeah. They all come through, like shit through a goose somehow. Yeah. It's the ones that come out smelling like roses at the end of it. Go, oh, you got a great Hollywood career ahead of you.
Yeah.
It's all the other ones that just get left behind until they get picked up on another fucking drama TV show. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like you see it on the sci-fi channels. Is like all the people that's like end up in from Star Trek Next Generation. Oh, you're in Stargate now, or you're in some other shitty sci-fi thing, and I hope to be picked up again. Oh no, you're in one of those crappy movies about sharks with 8 tentacles. I'm in that now. You might as well just kiss your career goodbye now. You're done.
It's funny how what's her name? Next Generation Star Trek, Deanna Troi. She was in softcore Italian porn movies or something, and then all of a sudden was in Next Generation, right?
Yeah. And now she's back doing softcore again.
I don't know, but I remember internet days looking up the different people from Star Trek and whatnot. And when you search Marina Sirtis, it was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. You know?
Well, it's Gene Roddenberry. He liked the ladies.
Yeah. There's I don't know,
especially the titty ladies.
Oh. I don't know who it is on the Next Generation staff, but somebody is totally into redheads. There's always redheads in the background and the people that are just walking past and stuff. Holy, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, that's probably Gene. Although Gene didn't have much to do with Next Generation. He was
by season 3, he had been kind of put out to pasture, right?
He was cut out of it.
Yeah.
Which is when it started getting good.
Yeah, to be honest, that's true. Yeah,
kind of ironic, really.
Yeah,
it's like when you look at all the other stuff that Gene Roddenberry was trying to kick off after Star Trek. All these other films.
Isn't he responsible for putting that Hercules guy on a spaceship? What was that one? Oh,
Hercules.
Yeah, that fucking idiot who's got a big mouth and he's always shooting it off these days.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No. What the hell is his name? He was on that shitty low budget Hercules show.
Yes. He did Andromeda.
Yeah. Kevin Sorbo, Mike. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Sorbo's an idiot.
Totally. He's a moron.
Disappointed. The only guy who could read out his words in brackets, and then
yeah. Oh man, what a doofus! That was such a low budget show. Wow.
Yeah, I mean that was made by his wife, produced by his wife Majel. After he died, and it's Gene Roddenberry presents. And there was another one they did about alien invasion. First wave or something they called it. It was another one. Gene Roddenberry presents.
Right.
It's like.
Oh God, yeah.
Well. Yeah, so Gene is spinning in his grave saying, that's why I threw it away. It's in my pile of do not make scripts. And you picked them up and turned them around and made them into oh no. Yeah.
What was that fucking one that William Shatner had? He had some sci-fi TV show.
Techno Wars.
Is that what it was?
Was it Techno Wars or something?
Something, yeah. I think tech was a drug or something. I never watched it.
I don't think I've ever seen the show. I know he wrote a load of books.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny because he seems to be a kind of oppressed by science fiction. He didn't really like it very much, and yet he became like I'll write some science fiction. But he probably just like well, if they can do it, I can fucking do it too. It's like I can knock this shit out.
I wouldn't doubt that he paid somebody to write it for him.
Yeah. But it's like his albums as well. He's recorded some amazingly awful albums.
Yes,
and a couple of good ones actually too. Yeah, there's a couple of good ones out there.
I did it my way. Oh my god!
But he did TJ Hooker. We'll forgive you. Then he came back to do the Star Trek movies, and it's like, I'll do this again.
Yeah,
I don't have to live in my car anymore.
Yeah.
And so he did well out of that, and then his career's took off, and he started doing other stuff. I can't think what they were, but there was like lawyer shows and stuff like that. He was part of, and can't remember the name of the show, but he did well afterwards, but still kind of like. He's one of those guys that seems to resent being Kirk, but also at the same time adores the attention.
Yeah, well, he likes attention. Period. Right? He wishes he was a bigger star than he is. To be honest.
He's a big star. In my eyes, he's Uncle Billy. He's great. I'd love him. I'd love him to be my uncle. Or my father,
to me,
boyfriend.
He's just the prototype of what's his name, Knight Rider. There,
the Hoth.
Yeah, because the Hoth had a music career that nobody in North America knew about.
No, he was massive in Germany.
Yeah. I'm looking for freedom. That God, man.
It's kind of hard. He had quite a big. Would you call it pop? I suppose you call it a pop kind of like a career.
That's being generous, but yes, it was.
Because pop does actually imply popular.
Yeah. I mean, the auto-tune was invented for the guy, right?
I don't know, but he probably can sing.
I've never had the balls to listen to him. The only reason I know that I'm looking for freedom line from one of his songs is because it's always played when they show documentary footage of the Berlin Wall coming down, because he went and sang it there. I've only ever heard 12 seconds of that song, right? I'm not listening to some actor who was grabbed by a record label and say, dude, you're really popular. Let's make a record. Sure. What do I get paid? I just don't care.
Work for Kylie Minogue.
For Kylie Minogue, when she had her big comeback with Can't Get You Out of My Head?
Oh, no, I would go. Was that the one where she's wearing the tiny little shorts?
Oh, she's wearing this white shirt that seems to be glued to her nipples so that it can be all open but still doesn't come off.
Can't Get You Out of My Head. That's the one where she does like the repeat move and she does like a spin.
This weird little step thing, and
that's a fantastic video.
Now, she had a song in the 80s that cracked North America too, and those are the only two times us North Americans know who she is. And then the Formula One crew go to Australia and she's in the pits and a big superstar, and we're like, why? Her career meant nothing to us in Canada, like nothing. I barely know why she's popular.
Well, that's not her fault. That's your fault.
I'm not so sure that's true.
She's great. I love her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wasn't missing much. I'd prefer like a Pat Benatar or a Joan Jett to just pass.
She did an advert for what was it? Victoria's Secrets. The laundry thing, and
lingerie.
laundry. Yeah, no,
Suppose it becomes it. So
but you know, she's wearing all this, you know, sexy lingerie, riding like one of those rocking bull things. You know, what do you call those?
Of course she was. Why wouldn't you?
And it's all very, very sensual, very, very seductive. And then she just like gets off the thing and just like walks up to the camera, you know, and just crouches down in front of it and says, "Do any guys in the audience want to stand up right now?" She goes,
"Wow, that's funny."
I thought not.
That's funny. I got to see that.
It was so fucking Look it up. You know, Kylie Victoria's Secrets advert. Yeah,
that's funny.
It was really funny. But she's only about like 3 fucking feet tall. she's tiny.
Oh, is she?
But, yeah, but perfectly formed.
Speaking of short, what's her name? Danica Patrick, American race car driver, retired now, and she's doing the whole commentator thing with the Sky F1 team for Formula One. People lost their minds recently online that Formula One will be parting ways with Damon Hill, the 1996 world champion in Formula One, as a commentator on the show, but Danica Patrick will be staying. And they're like, what the hell, blah, blah, and this and that. Well, okay. Sure, you're losing the world champion and getting somebody else, but I mean, Damon's in his 60s now. How long's he's going to retire anyway, right? But the more the thing that was bigger to me is they've got this girl named Naomi who's also on the Sky F1 team as a commentator and whatnot, and she's been on for, I guess, 3 or 4 seasons now. She raced 1 year in what was called the W Series, and I think she has about maybe 18 professional races, so-called professional races, to her career, whereas Danica Patrick raced in IndyCar and NASCAR for years, right? And people are all up in arms about Danica Patrick being on Sky F1, but they don't care about Naomi being there. And I truly think it has nothing to do with experience or whatever, because they're saying, oh, we're losing the world champion and we're just keeping Danica. But Danica's got far more experience than Naomi. I think what's really going on is, no offense, Dunk, but I think a lot of people in the UK are just a little pissy that you're losing Damon Hill, a revered figure of F1, and it's an American chick that seems to be taking the place, right? Otherwise,
I wouldn't be a surprise at that.
Yeah, because if it was about experience, everybody would be pissed that Naomi is on the damn coverage, because Danica raced professionally in the top level for years, right?
The only thing I remember about Damon Hill, he was because obviously I'm not watching the Formula One stuff.
I love the season he won. I was a big fan.
Yeah, no, shut up. Don't talk about that. I'm talking about his pundency, him stepping in and commentating. But I always remember Damon Hill just being a little bit boring.
Oh, but what he did was he started to get a little bit more punchy and controversial with his questions and stuff. And he recently accused Max Verstappen, 3-time world champion now, of not being able to fight fair in wheel-to-wheel competition. And everybody except those in the UK exploded at him over those comments. And I think Sky just kind of said, okay, dude, we're done, But we'll see. But Heather says she was NASCAR. Yeah. I'm sure that's part of it, but she was also IndyCar, which is open wheel racing. And, some in Europe see Formula One as so superior to F1. I do. But I don't see it as the drivers so superior. An Indy car has its own challenges to drive at speed. And I don't think that means you're less just because the Indy car isn't as advanced. Right? To me, I don't see it that way.
Tracy in the chat says she supported Trump. Wow. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And there are times when I hear her in commentary, Danica Patrick, and I'm like, the fuck are you on about, right? Every now and then I don't agree with her, but that doesn't mean she's not good, right?
She's talking about all the immigrants. Yeah.
yeah.
They're eating the cars. They're eating the tires.
She's very knowledgeable about racing. She understands tire. I won't go into it for people that aren't into racing, but
no, you will go into it.
Yeah, Danica's knowledgeable. She's a good pundit. I like her. It's too bad if she was like supporting Trump. I lost some respect. That's for sure. But I'll still listen to you. It's only racing, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm hanging out with her.
It's only fucking politics.
Yeah. But yeah. It's an interesting argument though, because it's that whole thing. Everybody's bitching about something these days, and I just don't see that as something to bitch about, really.
Well, there is also this sort of thing, is that okay, we give Trump a hard time on this channel, because we don't like him.
Not at all.
If you like him, that's fine. Because I hate this. I hate this kind of like attitude that a lot of people have. It's like, well, I don't like someone, and if I don't like them, then you have to not like them too. You get into that kind of like.
I've had this. I've had this in my real life experiences over the last few years, where somebody says to me, oh yeah, this person, that person, blah blah, and I'll be like, well, we're next week we're going out to watch the game or whatever. Oh, blah blah and blah. It's just like, you guys cannot get along, but that doesn't mean that everybody that knows you has to agree with you. Right. I can't understand that. I'll make my own mind up. Thank you very much. Shut the fuck up.
Well, we also have it, it happens on the channel as well. It's like, say, I don't like this person because on this channel they say this, that, and the other. I go, well, yeah, but they seem to be perfectly fine here. I mean, why should we judge people? We judge people by how they behave on our channel. If they're an absolute arse on somebody else's channel,
this is one of the things.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know this is what I'm saying, because I'm just like spinning you like a fucking Beyblade. Just like spinning you up, and you're just going to fly off any minute now.
Yeah,
but no.
And we have had this put on us many times.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay.
You interrupted. Go for it. Spin, Beyblade.
So
spin.
This is one of the most dangerous things about social media, and one of the things that makes it so I barely participate and I don't want to be a part of it. The idea that, collectively en masse, everything must be dealt with mob mentality and this whole, if you're not with me, you're against me. And it's just, and we've had this brought to us, and when we just go, fuck you, we're not playing that stupid shit. Man, do people get mad, eh? It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, we're the adults in the equation.
Yeah. We're constantly being judged, by the fact that because we didn't get involved in somebody else's fight. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
sorry about that.
We got accused of being drama llamas because we wouldn't jump into a drama llama situation. Tell me, there's an escape to that. How the fuck does that work? Jesus Christ, by not taking a stand, that shows that you've taken that. No, it means we're going to let two not quite adults fight it out, and we'll just see where everybody lies at the end. We're not taking, we're not doing it.
Yeah, we'll pick up the pieces.
Yeah. God, I hate that stuff,
But yeah, Donald Trump, we still hate you.
Yeah, exactly. More than most, right?
Yeah.
You're right at the top of the list.
But we don't mind you if you watch this channel and don't hate him. Yeah, that's fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just
give us a good reason not to hate him. Persuade us.
Yeah,
you can try to teach us.
Yeah,
it won't work.
No, it won't. I was just gonna say, yeah. Anybody who has a reason why I should, like Donald Trump, all I can say to them is, and the Kool-Aid tastes how good today?
But it seems to be happening like, just like worldwide now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I know we don't talk about it, like, but Palestine and Israel and all that kind of shit, unless you pick a side. Oh, you're not with it. No, actually, no. You can just look at it from the outside and see what's going on, and just say, well, this is all bullshit. But no, you gotta pick a side.
We've got it going on in Canada where it's us versus them more and more, and it's growing in politics. But we have 3 major political parties, so I still don't understand how this is working, but it's happening. It's just fucked up, man.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be fighting in the streets. Everybody's gonna be fighting each other.
Oh yeah. They'll show up at Parliament with pitchforks and break out the, But we have this one loudmouth son of a bitch in Canada that's doing the hard right thing as well. And there's a vocal proponent to it, people that are buying into this crap. And they're literally feeding off this fucking MAGA-based bullshit that's south of the border of us. It's the same thing. We got people with mandate freedom and all the flags on their trucks and all that,
I think that's probably one of the worst things that's come out of this recent election, as far as the MAGA side is concerned. It's just like, you can say what you like, doesn't matter if it's true. Just say it
exactly,
and it will just it will just get burned into the zeitgeist. And people will just go with this. Oh, did you hear what they said? Yeah. But it wasn't true. It doesn't matter. But they said it. So I'm angry now.
When you watch,
is that where the world's going to?
Well, there was a slow progression to this too. You go back to the Tea Party, which morphs into the MAGA movement, right? It's a long haul. And during the switch from Tea Party to MAGA, what happened is this hard alt-right thing was more and more legitimized by none other than Trump. In the run-up to his first election victory, he was tweeting and responding to these hard-lining militia types and whatnot. And that's where you end up with the January 6th thing, where you got the Proud Boys and all these people marching on Capitol Hill. I mean, how is that a symbol of democracy?
Yeah.
That blew me away watching that. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I feel like I'm, and I don't want to put a location on it, but I feel like I'm not where I live. Right. It's just, I'm not that far across the border, and people are pulling full on insurrection where I feel like, democracy is king and everything's cool. And all of a sudden it's being thrown in our faces with guns. That's amazingly crazy to watch.
I mean, I live nowhere near it, and it's still crazy to, see that happening.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Democracy.
Sorry. Suddenly we'll get all serious.
Yeah. But I mean, if your side loses, democracy's democracy. Your right to bear arms shouldn't be the answer to it. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. What do we got here? 143, 144. Yeah. Okay, we're getting close.
I am kind of sad of the Democratic Party at this moment in time, because it's like, Trump won fair and square. Yeah, we're going to hand over power. He didn't fucking do that to you. Come on, get the pitchforks out. Start fighting in the streets. We're not going to give it. We're not going to have a peaceful transfer of power. We're going to keep it. We're going to send people down to the Capitol. We're going to fight. No, we're going to fight. No, it's okay. You won.
Yeah. Trump's going to be the first American leader to be removed from office by, multiple stabs in the back. I mean, it's just, I
was like, you won fair and square. You had Elon Musk and Russia and everybody's like, interfering with the election and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but you won fair and square. No.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Yeah. No. And I don't know if anybody remembers this or not, but as I understand it, Trump lost the popular vote on his first election, but won because of the Electoral College and whatnot and how that plays out, right? He wasn't actually the people's choice. They were just smart enough to campaign and flip some states that are those swing ones, right? Just like they did this time. The supposed blue wall didn't really happen,
Yeah, the funny thing is, when they talk about elections, and we have the same thing in this in our country too. Whether this is the right way to do elections, but people are very, very wary about changing. The way it is, because one day that system might be in favor to them.
Yeah.
It's like, one day we might be able to work the system, in favor for us, and so we're a bit reticent to changing it to a way that is truly respective of everybody's votes.
Minefield, man. So isn't there like Black Friday shit going on? Did anybody take advantage of the situation? Anybody bought anything? Hey?
I'm not racist. Black Friday. That was the guy in Robinson Crusoe, wasn't it?
Yeah. Back in the 60s, it was a day when Southerners used to celebrate with a watermelon.
Now, Black Friday is like a guy who used to turn up outside your door and open his boot of his car and say, "Look, you got some DVDs. You want to buy some DVDs?"
Oh, everybody's telling me it's next Friday. Oh, I saw some shit in internet advertisement. I thought it was going down now.
Yeah. Well, Black Friday seems to run for 2 months now.
Yeah.
It's like everybody starts on the Black Friday deals. It's like this TV was like $5.99.99. Now it's $5.99.98.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
get that deal.
Before people started really tracking shit, it's funny how often prices would ramp up before Black Friday, and then the sales would just bring it down to what it should be.
Yeah. Oh, there's I've seen a lot of sneaky stuff. Behind that. I mean, I've even seen people going through like a Walmart or something like that. They've got the TVs up there.
Yeah.
And they pull off the Black Friday deals, the stickers, and you pull it off, and the price underneath it is exactly the same.
Yeah.
The only difference is they put Black Friday.
Yeah. And then people punch each other in the face to get it, right?
Yeah, unbelievable.
It's funny too, because technology is a big thing on this Black Friday, Cyber Monday combination, right? And most of the tech that goes on sale for deep discounts where you go, wow, 40% off, that's awesome, is kind of the garbage, right?
I'm also not entirely sure what the origins of Black Friday are, because it is definitely a North American thing.
Well, it's calculated. It's calculated by the fact that with all the taxes and employee salaries and all that stuff a business has to pay out, Black Friday is where the company can now say the money that comes in between now and the rest of the fiscal year is mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? but my point is, it was a North American thing. It was very, very specific, like you say. There are reasons behind it, but now it's like they talk about it over here in the UK. Black Friday deals. Oh, Black Friday. It's totally meaningless.
It's probably based on the same taxation thing and whatnot. Like you guys probably went, it's pretty much the same for us. We might as well do the same, right?
I wouldn't be. I don't think it is. It probably isn't.
That's marketing,
but it's also like Boxing Day, after Christmas. Oh, the Boxing Day sales, everything is reduced. Hey, then why did you make us pay full price? Why didn't you have Christmas Eve deals?
Yeah.
Into the run up to Christmas. Oh, you just spent all that money on the stuff. Okay, now we're reducing stuff because you spent all your money, and now we want you to spend more money.
Yeah. Since my son's older now, there's been the last couple of Christmases, I got a few things ready for him so he has a little bit of a Christmas. And then literally after we have brunch, we go out for the Boxing Day sales and get a few things, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Why do Christmas presents on Christmas Day when you can just go out and get half price the next day?
Exactly. Instead of giving them like clothing for Christmas, we go out and hit the Boxing Day sales and stuff, right?
Yeah. But then, having said that, it kind of defies the point of gifting in the first place, which then makes the whole idea of gifting stupid.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's utterly stupid in the first place.
Yeah.
Why do you have to give somebody something for Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, because the three wise men that was a fucking story that was invented.
Well, at this point, it's more like the parents have to keep up with the Santa myth, right? To most people, Christmas is not so much a religious thing and much more of a commercialism thing, right? Because of the Coca-Cola and those damn fucking polar bears, right?
Yeah. It just makes you wonder, if Santa Claus, there was no such thing as Santa Claus ever. It just became a marketing strategy to the entire world.
Yeah, just like all these little holidays we have. Like, why do we have Valentine's Day? Because Hallmark was smart enough to make us buy cards, right?
Yeah. It seems all these holidays are around about buying things.
That's right. It's all just forced consumerism because you didn't buy me a Christmas gift,
Yeah. Where's the holiday that where all these supermarkets and tech chains give things to you?
Yeah.
No, it's you remember the whole thing about gifting? Yeah, we're going to give you a 42-inch plasma TV. Because we're like that, because we're in the no, we want you to buy it and give it to somebody else.
Yeah. I want to point out, where is it here? Ozzy T in the chat says, Santa is real, kids. Don't listen to these two. I didn't mean to insinuate that Santa isn't real. It's just that they're using the real Santa as a commercial thing, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
They generated the version of Santa.
Yeah, right. And then that way, Santa comes along and drops a gift, but the parents have to, now make it so their kid got more than so there's the consumer angle, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Santa hates poor kids.
It doesn't even bother with coal anymore. No.
I just love that. I just love that concept, Well, Santa, please, can I get some cabbage soup? Ooh. Meanwhile, the rich kid gets, I got a Ferrari for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Ferrari, canistering beans. We got a variance here,
Can you imagine, like, if Jesus was alive right now? I mean, he kicked over all the tables, all the money lenders and all that kind of shit. He would have a fucking fit.
Oh yeah,
If he came back and saw what happens at Christmas,
it would be
in his name.
It would be like South Park Christmas, where him and Santa go toe to toe and have it out, man.
And it also come up. You go, the day when I was crucified, you're selling chocolate eggs.
Yeah,
he would go down to the Cadbury's factory and kick in all those fucking eggs.
Yeah. You got Jesus feeding Willy Wonka shots to the head.
Jesus is back and he's pissed. Starring Denzel Washington.
Russell Crowe would fight for that role.
Yeah. Well, two Jesuses. That's all right.
Yeah.
The white one balances the black one. Yeah.
And it'd be like Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus fight. Yeah. Go for it. Yeah. Warner Brothers, if you're listening, that's our idea. Get your fucking
what?
Up it.
We've got to start a little cartoon series, and it'll be like all the different gods of the world were called together to fight to the death. And each week we'll have a new fight.
No, because you know who's going to have to do that for all that work for you.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Anybody want to animate this for us? Because Dunk has obviously just told me he's not gonna.
Yeah, we got some brilliant ideas, and it's all on you.
They did a Super Friends thing on South Park, but instead of being like Superman and stuff, it was the different religious leaders like Muhammad and Jesus and whatnot that were all in the Super Friends. We could use clips from that, but just put new, vocals to it, right? Re-edit it.
Yeah. Well, is that like the Marvel sort of Avengers where everybody's all like getting together?
Yeah,
all the superheroes.
Yeah. And it was funny. Yeah. Yeah.
It's an interesting point, actually. You don't see all these. You'd think in the world, all these religious deities would like join together, hand in hand, and to fight for the purity of the people of Earth. No, what happens is they just turn us all against each other.
Yeah. But they could, if they wanted to, they could all come together and form Mecha Streisand.
Mecha Streisand.
Yeah. It's a mechanical Godzilla-like creature that just kills everything in its path. And it forces you to listen to horrible singing. It's terrible.
No, it destroys everything that you as long as if you don't believe them.
Yeah. Oh shit, we're coming up on 2 hours, so
let's get the fuck out of here then.
Yeah. So let's see here. We should leave the viewers with good consumer advice.
We've never done it before.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If you're shopping for bread and you find yourself in the ice cream aisle, you're probably in the wrong place, but you might end up with a tastier meal. So stop by the frozen section first and then go to the bakery. I don't think that works.
You might find yourself in the Neapolitan Wars.
Yeah, pick a color, pick a side. And remember, no matter how soft and squishy they look, pastries are not sex toys.
Depends where you put them.
Yeah, they might be good for lumbar support. Just
just don't get any of those pubes in them.
Yeah, and definitely don't go JD Vance on them. Because they're really hard to get out of the couch.
Yeah, all American pie. Yeah.
Let's give a big shout out to Shayna on the Shills account running the show for us tonight. Huge shout out. Thanks, Shayna. Been kicking ass and taking names. Love it. And we got Super Chat Matt helping us out as well.
Well, building files on you all, don't worry.
Yeah. She's collecting names.
Your Christmas presents you're going to get from us.
Yeah. If she has your address, you're getting coal in your stocking.
You just got to make sure you're being naughty or nice. Yeah.
Knowing her, I think she likes naughty better.
I think she's on the naughty side. Yeah.
Let's get out of here before we get in shit. Thanks for joining us, everybody. See you soon. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
I'll be posting the event for Ukraine update tomorrow, and then on Sunday we've got the Ostomal Animal Shelter Cats, friends of Rick the Ukrainian, joining us for some fundraising for a show as well. So, and then we'll be doing PubChat on Sunday as well. We got a lot of shit coming up, so make sure you're paying attention to your beeps, or as they used to say, don't touch that dial.
Or polish your sheets. What are you talking about? Oh, okay, never mind. Shut up.